The following program contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, welcome to Ox After Dark, the late night great night show where Dean, the Dream Martin, Big Ol' Fern, and myself talk about our dreams, our lives, our trials, our tribulations, and more. Dean, how are we doing today?
And the mass. Literally about 50 minutes ago, it turned out amazing.
Oh, wow.
You and I have been talking about some figures, and I was like, I know I have a second body for this figure for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking tore my room upside down. And I was like, I can't fucking find, like, did I sell it? Did I imagine that I had a second body? And I was like, no, because I remember I like special ordered these heads for it specifically. And I have the heads, but I don't know where the fuck this body is. And dude, I was like opening boxes. I just have. But it was racking my fucking brain. And I was laying down before the show and I was like, let me check one more place. And I found a box and there was like a bunch of like Miku figures and some Figmas in there, and I fucking look all the way at the bottom and I see Goku's foot, and I was like, there it is, there's the fucking body. So
There you go.
I was like, oh, thank God. It was like stressing me out because I could not remember for the life of me what the fuck happened to this figure. It was driving me up the wall. So
Yeah.
it was like this huge like stress relief. I was like, oh, there it is. Thank God. So
Nice. Very
now
cool.
you just owe me $80.
What the fuck?
What?
$80?
It's like $100 figure brand new.
Yeah, but it's just the body.
Can you? I mean, if you can find a better deal, I mean, I guess go for it. Like I already own it, so like you gotta convince me to get rid of it, and that's the price.
Yeah, I guess you're not getting rid of it for $80.
Just fucking with you.
I'm like $80, brother. I'm getting the damn legendary Goku for like fucking $45.
Honestly, there's one on eBay right now. It's like 65 in box.
Really?
If you wanted like all the shit that goes with it, because it's just.
I mean, I have like
body.
8 Gokus. Fern, how's your? I hate that when you know you have something and you're like, dude, what the like. I lost 2 watch straps that are like $400 total. I have no idea where they're at. I have looked. I think I've actually looked everywhere and I have not found them. And I don't know where to look. It's possible we threw them away when we moved. I doubt it. Like threw away the box or the container that they were in.
Right.
I knew exactly where they were and I found that thing and they weren't in there. So I don't know. And I've worn them in this house. Like I have pictures in my camera roll of them being worn in this house, but I don't know where it's at. Anything else, Dean, happened to you today?
No, that's about it.
That's about it. Fern, how are we doing today?
Today was pretty good. My week has been pretty interesting to say the least. A few days ago, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, I had a random panic attack, and it was, if you can imagine, it was not a good time. And ever since then, I've been kind of shaken up about it. Like I haven't been every little.
This
tickle.
Was today?
No, this was like Thursday, Friday, and like ever since then, I just kind of been like mentally like shaken up, like damn, like I have no idea what triggered it. I have no idea how, like like I thought I was having a fucking heart attack and shit. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
It's that time.
But thankfully, it wasn't that, because I looked it up which I've gotten really good at not looking shit up, but this time I couldn't help it. And basically Google was like saying, if it goes away in within 10, 15 minutes, most likely it was a panic attack. If it gets worse and worse within hours, you're probably having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So I went away and I felt good physically, but mentally, like I said, I was shaking up, and I'm still kind of shaking up about it, you know, a few days later. And every little tickle or ache that I get, I'm like, ah, shit, am I dying? So,
My
Oh, the way to
God.
live, Fern.
you know, I'll get over it. You know, it's just gonna take a few more days to, you know. But apart from that, it's been a good week. You know, like I said, just been been grinding, been trying to get this SH Figure Arts money.
Oh yeah.
I bought three figures today.
Nice.
Damn.
I got one, but it's for Dean.
Yeah, I got what did I get? Oh, I got the right here actually.
The what? Damn, where'd it go?
I have right here. I got another Game Begins Goku
Nice.
that I got from Target. I got another Gohan because Dean put me on a head sculpt for the Beast Gohan, which I might have to get a third one, honestly. Or you know what? I might put the Gohan head sculpt on this Games Begin body. And man, I want to get the Gamma 1 because it comes with the Super Saiyan Gohan head sculpt. But I don't want the Gamma 1 figure. So it's like, fuck, should I just buy it,
Nobody
get the head
wants that
sculpt,
figure, bro.
and then sell it? But yeah. And then the other one that I got, the Gamma 1 from
It's from Superheroes.
the superhero movie. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2.
Oh yeah. Fuck those guys. They're not even cool.
And then I got this
They got no pussy.
Trunks right here.
Nice.
Which I'm not a big fan.
Bad.
I'm not a big fan of the shiny hair, but I mean, the original version of this Trunks without the shiny hair goes for like a pretty penny. So I just got
Does it
this one.
really? I feel like nobody wants that fucking figure.
Yeah.
Well, I used to have it a long time ago when I first started collecting SH figures, and I sold it pretty quick. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, apart from that, my week's been good. It's good. It's been good.
Yeah.
Hanging on, and taking it day by day.
Oh, Fern, did you watch Super? I know I sent it to you.
I did.
Superheroes?
Yes. I watched it last night when you sent it to me. After
Wait, can you send me the link?
stream.
I want to watch it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I liked
Yeah, I'll
it.
send it
It
to
was
you.
good. I enjoyed it.
Like I said, it's fun. It's just like
Yeah.
it's what it is.
I'm not a really big fan. Well, then again, I haven't watched Super, so I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of how Gohan ended up. Like, he's kind of a fucking
I mean,
pussy.
it's the continuing of the pussization of Gohan.
I mean, they do him a little more justice, but yeah, it's not great.
Like, basically, Piccolo had to fucking do some crazy ass shit to, like, fucking, you know, make him snap out of it.
That was the one thing I appreciated about superheroes is they actually like made Piccolo more formidable,
Mhm.
like with the new
Yeah.
form. Because like he just, I mean, literally everything after fucking Frieza, like form 2, Piccolo's fucking useless.
Well, he gets that boost when he forms with Kami. I think he beats up on like Imperfect Cell, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. I mean, basically anything past Saiyan Saga, most of the team is basically useless. Like Krillin gets a lucky shot on Frieza, and then Piccolo like ties off Frieza for like 10 seconds so Goku can Spirit Bomb him, but yeah, they're pretty useless. It's the Goku and Vegeta show after that.
Yeah.
Vegeta's pretty useless too for most of that.
Which is something that I
You're not
appreciated
wrong.
from Superhero, because it was the complete opposite. I'm not going to spoil it, but
Yeah.
Damn, DLC Darth bought the Return of the Sith Darth Sidious loose for $135. Not bad. My mom's in the chat. Sweet, beautiful
Um,
mother.
So I actually got a good deal today on the Gohan that was stolen from me yesterday. This has been up on OfferUp before it was stolen, so it's not the one that was stolen from me. I just didn't go with it because it didn't have a box, and the guy was super cool. Ended up meeting up with him, getting a pretty good deal for it. So I'm just taking yesterday as an act of charity, if you will, because that sucked, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened yesterday. And I got some big blessings. Obviously the big one we'll talk about here in a little bit, but had some big commissions from Paul come through for Zach's Wonderland, and a bunch of people ordered a bunch of stuff this week, so that was pretty nice to have a little bit of influx of quite a bit of cash. And I think I just need to ship one more of these commissions. I need to get them all together, and I think I need to print one more part. So Jeffrey, if you're watching, I need to open up that Pet G and print that last match saver for you. Yeah, I want to do that, to fill with dog poop a box and maybe put an air tag in the poop. I think that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, let's so yesterday was interesting. Let's rewind to not yesterday Monday, but the previous Monday. If you were watching the unboxing, we had to end it pretty abruptly. And honestly, it was like already at the end, and I don't know why Lane was like putzing for a bit. I was like, we were about to eat, and Victoria came in and she was like, "Hey, do you want to eat during the show or after?" And I was like, "We're basically done. Like, I'll just eat after." Big mistake. And so that was, I don't know what. How long was the show? Let's see. I want to play. I want to go back in real time. Let's analyze the footage. Where's our live show? Here it is. So let's take a gander here, because I need to set the story for you guys. So right about here, 34 minutes.
And everything in it and everything. When I say get this one,
let's see,
over the Tiger Stripe, no.
Victoria's like, "Hey, do you want to eat dinner?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it."
I would never say do that.
And
given the price.
Then right here, like less than like a minute later, I got a text that said, "Hey, I think my water just broke." And if you know of our situation, like that's where we're at, and what we've been through, that's pretty, like, we knew that it probably it was going to be a difficult pregnancy, and I was super stressed out when I got that text. And so Lane's like, "We're going to stay here for a couple minutes."
I love this match.
And it took me a second. I had to read it like 4 or 5 times. And then I'm like, okay, like, and Lane's like, "Well, we're going to stay on for a couple minutes and answer some questions." I'm like, "Lane, we got to fucking go. Like,
Blowing Monday.
We're into the stream right now."
I appreciate you guys being here and as much as I round in Tans. Okay. Alrighty. Well, hey guys.
Lane, we got to end this.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, hey guys.
So, yeah, like in a minute that situation changed.
Stressing.
Bro, I was stressed. So let's rewind to October. Victoria had a procedure to try to keep the baby inside of her body. And it was around that time that we lost our last 2 stillbirths. And they were already saying like, hey, like this is starting to happen again. We can kind of last ditch effort, do this procedure, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But if we don't do it, then it's definitely not going to end well. So we did it, and that was a lot of stress on us and on, you know, the house. Just, you know, for a couple months she was on bed rest. Yeah, so when that happened, it was like, okay, so um Jesus, Sam, I'm so sorry. That his wife lost a pregnancy and then ended up having my son. Is the best thing, things work out, but my wife did end up passing a few years later. I'm so sorry. It's awful.
Damn, I'm sorry.
And so when she told me this, I was like, okay, we got to go now. And literally, like, we were about to have dinner, and so I'm like calling my mom, and my mom was like, okay, well, can you take Vivi to our house? Which, to put this into perspective, I live maybe a block away from the hospital, maybe like 3 blocks. It's like less than a mile. But to go to my parents' house is like 5 miles out of the way, and then 6 miles back to the hospital. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, either Vivi's just to stay the night here by herself, or I'll come back later for her. But like, we got to go now. It's like, now's the time. And so we got to the hospital in, this will all be in the vlog, by the way, but we got to the hospital in probably about 10 minutes. It's pretty good. That was like 5 minutes of like pulling her hair out, trying to just like, okay, grab charger, grab this, grab that, like just some quick things real quick, grab your Kindle, and 5 minutes of driving. We got to the hospital, and we were triaged pretty quickly, and they were like, okay, well, we technically don't know if your water broke or if this is just a normal bodily fluid. We're gonna try again here in an hour and see what's going on. And when we tried again in an hour, they're like, yeah, this is definitely, your water broke. So they're like, you're gonna stay here until your baby's born. And so throughout the next couple of days, we kind of got an estimate with the doctors where it was like, you're going to be here until she's born, or you'll deliver on February 3rd. Because the risk reward of infection, or, you know, since this fluid's just like kind of draining, of the baby getting hurt is quite high. And so they're like, you can't leave, and, you know, we're just going to basically try to keep you in bed. You can't really move around. You can't do anything. And so that was, you know, back in October, it had been quite stressful because I was doing everything. And then probably around November, late November, December, she was able to kind of do some things. But it was basically back to square one. And so that was stressful. And I've been feeling very burnt out the past week. You know, there is also this added stress where, I guess in my head, I was like, okay, if something happens, like something goes wrong or something starts progressing, I think it would be more likely that someone could get to me during the day than if it happened at night. Like my mom could go and get me, or, you know, Vivi would be up as well. And so for the past week, I've been kind of like not sleeping at night and then taking naps during the day. Or like half sleeping, like a real light sleep. Basically just waiting for news. Monday night, we did the Stormtrooper unboxing, and I was thinking, like, I'm just so exhausted. Like, I just need a good night of sleep. You know, the day that she went to the hospital, I felt something was wrong on the Monday before. In my brain, I was like, something just doesn't seem right. Like, just the way she's like moving, the way she's saying her symptoms, I was like, just something's weird. So like, I stayed up till like 5 a.m. cleaning. We're not like the cleanest people. I know we kind of get some shit about in the blogs every once in a while. But I fully cleaned like the whole kitchen. It took like 5 hours. I was just like cleaning all these dishes, throwing away trash, like throwing away old food, whatever. And I don't know. I feel like I was like nesting or something. So fast forward Monday night, 2 days ago, I'm like so exhausted, and I'm trying to stay up to watch Kai, And I'm just like, literally, I can't keep my eyes open. And I go to sleep, and at 2 a.m, Vivi wakes me up, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, I threw up." And I'm like, "Okay, like a little bit or a lot?" And she's like, "No, it's a lot, and I already tried to clean it up, and I couldn't clean it up." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, you know, you kind of get like forced out of like a sleep. You're kind of like groggy, and like you're like just kind of like fucking Jumanji. Like, what year is it?
Dude, that happened to me today. But
Dude, I was just like so out of it. And I get in her room, and yeah, I'm just like, that smells awful. That looks, I'm talking like a 4 foot radius. Like, I was like, I need to just like, I almost felt like I had to get the broom out, but I was able to clean it up. And so I'm like, okay, it's now like, 2:30, whatever, 3 o'clock by the time I get Vivi back to bed. Give her some Pepto-Bismol, get her back to bed. At like 4:30, I'm sleeping. The dogs usually go out about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And Zeus was out the night before for like a long time, playing around, doing whatever. I hear fucking piss hitting my floor. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I wake up and Zeus is fucking peeing on the floor. And he doesn't do this often, but I was like, and normally he'll like hit the door with his nose, and it's really loud because he's such a big dog that it will wake you up. But either I didn't hear it or he just pissed the floor. So I'm like, God fucking damn it. So I'm like, let me go all this fucking paper towels and all this fucking cleaning shit out of Vivi's room. Start cleaning up this fucking piss floor. That took a while, and then I had to let him out, and then I had to stay up to let him back in. So I'm just like exhausted, and I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm just like tossing and turning, like just like, what the fuck, dude? So Victoria says like, hey, they're doing vitals, whatever. I'm gonna talk to the doctor today. We got a scan today. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And I go to sleep, like a real light sleep, and then I wake up to a text. I was so mad about this. Hey, what does the text say? Let me look up this text. I'll speak my truth. I was actually really upset about this because it really stressed me out. At 7:10, and I said, well, I texted her 6, and I said Zeus peed on the door. At 7:10, she texted me back, made you at the hospital this morning if my contractions continue. Started around 6:30 a.m. on the machine. Now listen to Ellie and measuring how frequent. Feels frequent and stronger than before. And I'm just like, okay. And I was like, well, what's happening? And she's like, well, they're moving me to labor right now. And I'm like, this should definitely have been a call, not a text. And the reason why I felt this way was because when I called my mom at 7:10, 7:20, because I called Victoria first, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, well, what do I do with Vivi? Because at the hospital, they say if you bring a kid and your person has an emergency, you have to go with your kid. You cannot go. Someone has to be with the kid. They cannot just leave the kid in the waiting room. And so I'm like, I can't take Vivi to the hospital. I also can't take her to the hospital because she throws up in the hospital. It's going to be really awkward. I can't take her to school because she's saying she feels like she's going to throw up. And I'm like, Vivi, I need you to fucking tell me the truth right now. Do you really feel sick, or are you just trying to get off of school because you threw up last night? She's like, no, I think I really feel sick. And I'm like, promise me that you're not lying, because I'm going to get fucking really stressed if you're just fucking around. She's like, no, I really do feel sick. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll take that at face value. So I call my mom, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with Vivi. Like, I can just leave her here. I can't take her to the hospital. And again, she's like, well, can you come to my house? And I'm like, no, I don't know if this baby's coming, like, because this was an hour ago. I missed this text. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know if this is like gotten worse, whatever. I was like, I need to go right now. And she got upset that I didn't call her when Vivi threw up. And I was like, yeah, but she threw up at 3 a.m, like 2, 3 a.m. You want me to call you at 2, 3 a.m? And so I'm just like super stressed. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave you here. And my dad was saying he'll come and get her. So I'm also like very particular about these big life events. I think Dean can probably attest to this concept about a nice watch, Dean. This is the watch that I was wanting to wear when my daughter was born. It's my newest big purchase watch. And in my haste, I forgot it at home. And so I was like, called my dad. I was like, hey, I know this is really weird, but I told Vivi to find this watch. I need you to bring this watch to me in the hospital. Like, again, it's like, I'm talking like 3-4 minute drive. I was like, can you just stop by and bring it? And I could tell he was annoyed, but I think he understood. So I got my watch. That was made me feel a little better. Cause I was like, I need to sit in the lobby for a second. Cause I'm like, got a lot of, I don't know, adrenaline, a lot of emotions. Like I need to just sit and chill for a second and calm myself down. Cause I'm upset at Victoria. I'm upset at my mom for being upset at me. I'm upset that I feel like Vivi's taking advantage of the situation. I was just like a lot of emotion. So my dad gives me a watch. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back to my car and get a jacket because I forgot my jacket in the car. So I'm like, okay, so we get to the room. And she's like, apparently it wasn't that much of an emergency. It fucking seemed like that from the phone call and the text. But, she was like, okay, well, this is where we're at. This is what we're trying to do. They had NICU come by and anesthesiologists come by just to reconfirm some details in case any of the things had changed. And then I was like, hey, I had 0 sleep last night. Like I had like just a little bit and then all this shit happened. Like I'm going to take a nap because I know I'm not going to really get to rest much today. And, obviously if things went poorly, then that would, at least want to have a little bit of rest. And I was like, let me go to I took a nap and, I woke up once and I was like, okay, well, let me get some coffee, see if I can't find some coffee. And of course, like, this is the one floor where the coffee machine was out of the Keurigs. So I'm like, God damn it. So I went back to the room. I was like, oh, I'm going to try to take a quick nap. And I woke up and Tori's like, hey, grab my hand because this hurts real bad. And I'm like, what do you mean it hurts real bad? And she's like, yeah, it's like, this is just the worst. And so we call the nurse and I'm like, hey, this is like way worse pain. And she hasn't had her epidural yet. Like, what's happening? Like, I thought that's what the whole consultation was, that they're going to do that right now. So they go in there and they're like, okay, so like 10 minutes past, they bring in the anesthesiologist. By the way, if y'all have any questions, you can ask, because I feel like both of y'all are just sitting there and not, I don't want to bore you guys, but, so
no, I'm listening.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure that like y'all can chime in at any time.
No,
So they bring in the anesthesiologist, and I'm not a doctor. This guy's a doctor. I don't know. From the outward observation, because I've seen 4 epidurals happen or 3. It seemed like this one, or 2 by this point. This was the 3rd. Seemed like this wasn't going well. Seemed like I think the pressure was getting to him, and it felt like the moment was a little bit. The lights were too bright. Because it took him a long time, and by the time he got it, Victoria's like, this is just terrible. Like, I feel so much pressure. And the nurses were like, yeah, it might be time to push, like, like for the baby to come out. And right before this happened, they had noticed some bleeding, and they were kind of, I don't want to say freaking out, but it made me freak out. And the doctors that were in there didn't, very calm, which is very reassuring when you're freaking out, but the doctor's calm, very reassuring. We had some wonderful doctors in that room. There's probably about 15 people in the room, a bunch of nurses and the anesthesiologist and some techs, and I think it's probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 doctors. And then they had the NICU crash cart ready to go, in the case this did not go well. And yeah, it was, I don't think I've ever, to see people that you care about in pain is never fun, especially when there's nothing you can do about that pain. And also when you yourself are not in that same pain, when we all got the flu, I was like, yeah, you feel terrible, but I also feel terrible. And so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And because there's so many people in the room, I was like, I don't really know where to stand. And so finally, right at the end, they're like, okay, well, do you want to hold one of the legs? And it's about time to push. And yeah, the like I said, doctors were great. Took about 4 or 5 real good pushes. I don't know, bear downs. And our daughter was born, and she cried right away. It was the best sound. And I don't. We had asked a couple of times, like, what can we expect for a baby born at 32 weeks? What will they look like? What are the immediate like risks to her survivability? And yeah, dude, I was like overcome with emotion. And I didn't cry, but I was just like, I think I was pretty close. And I feel like I don't think I've ever been overcome with like happy emotion to that point ever. That was probably the most I felt. And the doctor was super cool. He's like, "Do you want to cut the cord?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then I got to do that. And then because she was NICU, they took her straight to the weight machine, and then they took her to Victoria to hold for like literally, I'm talking like maybe a minute. And then they're like, "We got to get her upstairs right now." And so they took her upstairs, and I remember when Vivi was born, I remember very vividly because my mom and Victoria's mom were in the room, and I was in the room, obviously. And when Vivi was born, everyone like focused on the baby. And later that day, and many times Victoria said that she felt kind of sad that like no one was like worried about her. It was like, oh, like, new baby. And she was just kind of like chilling there. So though we only had a couple minutes with our daughter in the room initially, I was like, I'm gonna make it a point to, because at this point, normally in a birth, like obviously everyone is focused on the baby, but like with NICU, it's like extra, like everyone's running through all these checklists and like and so I went to Victoria and I was like, hey, like we did really good, like that sucked because the epidural didn't take basically any effect. And yeah, she was like, "We'll go see the baby," and I'm like, "Well, I'll hang out with you for a little bit," and because I didn't know how quickly they would take her. And I also just realized that dog shit comment has been on the stream this whole time. And so we got to see her for like literally, I'm talking maybe a minute, and then they took her away. And yeah, then they kind of worked on Victoria for a bit, and thankfully there was nothing too crazy in terms of like injuries, and the blood that they had seen earlier was just from the little sac that the baby's in was bleeding a little bit. But yeah, it was a wonderful moment. And a couple hours later they moved Victoria to sort of the recovery area of the hospital. And really wasn't until that was about 11:30 I went and saw Ellie at I think like 3 once she kind of settled in the NICU. And the Victoria didn't get to go up there till almost 8, because they're going through all this paperworks and lactation consultants and all these things that they need to do post-delivery. And so she was pretty eager to see the baby. And when we went up there, they it's a lot of rules, and I didn't like some of those rules, but they explained it to me and they made more sense. But yeah, Victoria got to hold the baby for a little bit, and a very beautiful moment. And yeah, I still have yet to hold my daughter, and it may be a while because she's a NICU baby. But yeah, it was a lot of complex emotions. The weight was 3 pounds 8 ounces, Sam. I had told Dean that Dean was, I think, the first person that we told. And I told Dean to pray for us that either, and this sounds bad, but I think you have to understand the circumstance that we've been through, that either we have a living child at the end or an early miscarriage, because I did not want to go through another stillbirth. And, you know, we had a lot of people praying for us, and
I only prayed for one of those things in your face.
God damn, both your kids were over 10 pounds. Ridiculous. I don't know how the fuck your wife survived that. That's crazy.
If my mom's still in the chat, I think I was 8 pounds.
I think I was 6 pounds. But
I was born a month.
30.
I was born a month and a half premature. And the reason why I was born a month and a half premature was because I was getting too big too fast. I was almost 9.5 pounds.
That's ridiculous, bro.
I was 10 days early.
8 pounds.
I think. I'm supposed to be born on the 15th.
Yeah.
Awesome, because 15 is like my favorite number,
But yeah, it was you know, it was and it's weird because with our last pregnancy I felt a lot of dread. And obviously like things didn't work out. And I know that like my feeling didn't influence any of that. I know that. But for some reason, maybe outside of just the initial couple of weeks after the surgery, I didn't really feel any dread. I was a little nervous. I really like our new Pope. I prayed to the Pope a lot during the pregnancy, and you know, lit some candles in some churches, some different churches. And yeah, it was I mean, I don't want to say it was a good pregnancy, you know, because there was a lot more appointments than a normal, and a lot of things that we had to do that were different, and it was a lot of stress, and it really affected, I think, me personally in a lot of ways, and you know, our family in a lot of ways. But you know, it was worth it. And you know, we got a NICU stay that we got to get past. They told us today the estimate is for her to be out by her due date, which is March 16th, which is Vivi's birthday, which is really funny. However, they said that she's progressing pretty quickly through a lot of the things that they want to see. And while it's not a linear progression, they are cautiously optimistic that she might be able to leave sooner. I think the biggest thing is getting her above 4 pounds and maintain that weight. And then the second biggest thing is for her to be large enough to pass the car seat test, which Vivi was also just 4 pounds 4. Vivi was also early. And yeah, it's been a very, very tough couple of days. And you know, I think this past week, you know, is trying to find a balance of how often we go to the hospital, how often we have to do other things. You know, because at the end of the day, Vivi still has to go to school, I still have to go to work, you know. And I think we found a pretty okay balance. And I think going forward, I think we have to also find that balance of, you know, in a perfect world, we would just be at the NICU 24/7. Obviously, that's not realistic. And so we're going to work on a schedule of how we're going to do that. Darcy, she has a condition called insufficient cervix. It's basically like her cervix can't hold the baby inside. And so kind of just leads to like a spontaneous labor. But it's kind of tough, Sean. Do I get parental leave? It's kind of tough. I can take it, but it's basically unpaid. I don't think I'm gonna take a ton of leave. I've never really done that. And like if my job was like they're pretty short staffed, so if I work with people that are disabled, so if I take leave, it's very likely those people have to go to nursing homes, and I don't think that they will enjoy that. And it's not that I'm a bad parent or that I don't want to, it's just, you know, yeah, it's just every job's a little different. So, but we'll see. I mean, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of things that we're considering. But I'm not sure, to be honest. And yeah, so that's kind of the whole story there. Does anyone have any questions or comments or concerns that I need to address? My God, my dog is snoring. Jesus.
No questions, just again to echo what I was saying yesterday, you know.
Say it better, bro.
I'm happy for
please.
you guys. I'm happy for you guys, you know. I know you guys been through a lot, you know, and I'm just happy that it was able to work out in the end. And I know when you got your Challenger, you were just kind of like, we've pretty much given up at this point. We don't think it's going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
And to foresee for, you know, to be able to see that, you know, it finally happened and it worked out, you know, it's good. You know? Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Makes me smile.
I do not know what's gonna happen with the Challenger. I don't want to sell it.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
I mean, a baby can be in a Challenger. It's not ideal, but it can happen. Yeah, it's not ideal, to be clear.
Challengers are pretty spacious.
They're actually pretty spacious inside. I told my mom that if she doesn't want me to have the Challenger, she's gonna have to give me $18,000 to pay it off, because I'm not gonna take a huge loss trading it in when I still owe a bunch on it, and then getting a new car. It's just not gonna work out.
Yeah.
So if someone in my family wants to give me 18,000 of them things, yeah, we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll get a Charger instead.
Just keep it.
Family car.
Keep it. Get a Honda SRV for like $5,000. You'll be good, man. Those motherfuckers can run. Those motherfuckers will run to 500,000 miles.
Yeah. Isn't that what Victoria drives? The CRV?
CRV? Yeah, but we need a bigger SUV for the dogs. If we're gonna do that.
Well, then get rid of the dogs.
Bro, Joe Chet used to have a Charger. Man, that's fucking sweet. And that is spacious. I would sit in the back seat comfortably.
So on top of everything that happened, this vomit at 2 a.m., the pee and 4, 5, 6 a.m., whatever, delivery. Dude, I swear to God, after I clean the piss up, I'm like, I just know this baby's gonna be born today. Like, just this, the fucking cherry on top, you know? And I was like, what else could happen? And I remember telling my mom, I was like, hey, when you go home, grab the packages on my front door, and I want him to steal them. And check the mailbox as well. So I get home, right? I got a stack of packages, and I'm like, open them up, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, this, that, whatever. I'm like, wait a second. Where's the fucking Gohan figure arts? And I'm like looking at all the boxes, and I'm like, this kind of looks like the box, but I know I opened this, and it was not that. And so I'm like, let me check the ring footage to make. And I was thinking, the reason I checked was because I think maybe the FedEx was supposed to deliver 2 packages, but they only delivered 1. They're going to deliver the second one tomorrow. And then sure enough, some fucking asshole stole my package, my figure arts Gohan. Fucking, and it pissed me off, dude. I was like, genuinely, I was like, I don't want to buy toys anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fucking be collecting anymore. I was so mad for like an hour. Like, furious. I was so mad, dude. Obviously that passed, but you know, I was just like, you know,
you're like, obviously that passed,
like,
and I spent another $100 on figures the next day.
It was 60, but yeah. Yeah. It was a bit frustrating. And I was like, I know I have a lot to be thankful for today, but I feel like I can also be a little fucking pissed off about this. It is what it is. But yeah. You got any fun plans for the weekend?
No, apparently the weather's supposed to turn fucking ugly by
It's like
Saturday.
94% chance to snow. That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
So I'm getting groceries delivered tomorrow. I'm not fucking leaving my house after tomorrow.
I did make
my
a
sister's house, but that's about it.
I did make a police report, and I did also have the footage as well. Ooh, what Goku are you posing up? Let us know. Yeah, the footage has been submitted. They're gonna call me back a couple days. But I mean, I have four fucking cameras on my front. We talked about it in the vlog many moons ago, but some fucking crazy people out there are saying some crazy shit to me. And so I beefed my security up. And it's come in handy more than once.
Oh, dude. We need to go to the range. I want to shoot my new gun, dude. It's so beautiful. It's so, it's so fucking big, dude. Did I show you the comparison shot? I don't know if I did.
What'd you
I
get?
think you did. Of all the pistols?
No, it's just like actually, because that one, the angle was kind of weird, but I got the 500 Smith & Wesson. I'll send it to you on Facebook. It's like, it's just so fucking big, dude, and it's so heavy. I'm almost afraid to shoot it. But I bought a 400 grain ammo, which is pretty low end in terms of that gun. Usually it's like 700 grain, which is fucking nuts. Most guns are like around 200. The fucking size
Jesus
of it.
Christ.
The one on the bottom is a 6.5 inch 357 with 8 rounds. So that's not a small, that's a big fucking gun. It's so beautiful.
Mr. I'm eating some nuts.
Nuts.
Packing and packing, bro.
Some,
I haven't been back on the show.
some unsalted mixed nuts.
Nice.
Yeah, look how fucking big the bullet is. And that one only shoots 5 rounds because otherwise the cylinder would be too big.
Dude, somebody breaks in, you shoot that motherfucker, it's gonna fucking blow a head through.
Oh,
Gonna-
you couldn't.
It's gonna blow a hole through his head, through the fucking wall, fucking pull your motor out.
Yeah, if I fired this in my house, I'd fucking shoot through like 4 fucking neighbors' houses. This is like a. Yeah, that's. I would be hesitant to even use the 44 Magnum. The 357 is probably okay for home defense, but yeah, the 500 is fucking nuts. I can't wait for Zach to see it in person, because like dimensionally, it's just fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like the frame is wider, obviously it's longer. I didn't even realize how fucking big it was until I got home. I was like, oh my God.
You're like, can I take it back? Dude, I got a crazy deal at a pawn store, dude. I put a new gun on layaway.
Oh, that's a nice one. I like that. It's like a $900 gun. What they have it
Yeah,
at?
it's a $900 gun
Without the
with a
sight.
$400 optic.
Yeah, I was like,
So let me tell you this.
"Damn,
Let me
that's
tell
a
you this
good
story.
deal."
So the manager recognized me because I go in there all the time, and I've bought like 3 guns with them. So I walked in and I saw the bronze barrel, and I was like, triple take. I was like, is that a fucking Shadow Systems? And then I got kind of annoyed, and I was like, hey, I'm on the call list for Shadow Systems. Like, how come I didn't get a call about this? She's like, I'm so sorry. Like, everyone has their own call list. She's like, let me put you on mine. I'm the manager. I could take care of you. I was like, okay. And then, dude, they had buy 2 Glock 19. One's a 19 Gen 5 with a Holosun SCS, and then a 19 Gen 4. It was like $789 for both. I was like, God damn, I almost want to fucking buy both of those.
Dude, let's go halvesies.
Dude, I might. Well, you just give me them. Well, I don't know how that would work. It's his and hers, but we could do his and his.
I think just like legally, you would have to do it, and then I could private buy from you. But yeah.
Just don't murder someone with it for like at least a year. And so,
well, the goal is to never murder anybody.
Yeah, of course. So
put a timestamp on it.
Yeah, so I saw this this bronze barrel and I was like, that's a Shadow System. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a beautiful gun.
Now this is a smaller gun, and I like my 19, to be clear, but it's very unwieldy. I don't have big hands, and I can conceal it well, but I just feel more comfortable with those, like the smaller, like 1-inch thick guns, rather than the double stack, like the wider 19s. So this is a little bit more my speed. Now the optic is fucked. It's bad.
Oh, is it?
They mounted it incorrectly, because on these you're supposed to use a spacer plate on the front. They used a plate on the bottom, and I think because of that, it's like almost like off center. And what I think they did is they cranked this windage screw and stripped it.
Oh.
Because when you look in the window, the dot is like way like far. However, so they wanted $989, right? And it's not super worn. I'm obviously gonna pull out a gun out right now, but the top of the slide on any gun, like it kind of wears the top of the gun from the slide going back and forth.
Yeah.
And so the bronze, it's not bronze throughout. It's like a coating. I think it's like a TIN coating. So it's, it has like a little bit of wear at the top, which is totally normal. That's the only issue with the pistol. But they were saying Holosun is an excellent warranty, and all I have to do is just give them the serial number, and they'll, rather than basing it off of the receipt, they'll base it off the manufacturer date. So they're like, you could get this replaced, no problem. So they wanted $989. The manager's like, look, the optic, because she didn't know it was fucked, and she's like, if you really want this gun, she's like, I didn't realize, because I showed her, like, look, it's just not working. Like, you can hold it, you could see the fucking dots, like, wait, like, you're fucking aiming in the next room. She's like, I'll give it to you for $700 out the door. So $989 to basically $645 plus tax. She basically subtract the price of the optic. And she's like, if you want to go through Holosun, whatever, but she's like, I can't technically remove the optic and just sell you the pistol. We have to, they're a corporate store. We have to sell the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so she's like, if you want it, she's like, I'll even let you put it on layaway for that price. And I was like, fuck, dude. Slap my shit down, bro.
Nice. What's their
so I'm gonna get this one. This one's 6 months.
It's not bad.
Now it depends on the price though. Some of them are 3 months, and then some of them are 6.
The 500 I just bought, it was 1 month.
That's fucking bullshit. And this is also the CR920
fuck,
Elite, so it's got like this. They're not super big slide serrations and window, but it has the slide serrations and it has the window and has the bronze barrel. So yeah, you're right. This is like a $900 gun. I need to buy a new magazine. I need to buy the new optic screws because the magazine was at 13.
Yeah.
I need to buy the screws for the optic because these are not the right screws, and I need to buy the plastic spacer plate for the front. I think all those together is gonna be about $45, and that'll be fucking good to go.
Yeah, I was actually looking at this gun. Not
the MR920 or the CR920.
The CR920.
Okay.
And it had the I guess the mag with the extra finger grip on it.
That's a 13.
Yeah, and I was like, that's nice, dude. But I kind of really want a like every time I go in to buy a gun, I'm like, I'm just gonna get a 9mm because I don't have a 9mm. All my
and then you
guns
fucking
like,
come out with a fucking hand cannon. Every time.
Cannon. Yeah, because I'm like, well, a 9mm is, fucking $700-800, and for the same price I could get, a big fucking monster gun. And then the last time I went in, I wanted a 357, but more like a 3-inch barrel instead of the 6.5, so it's a little easier to carry.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, $800-900, and then for $200 more, I get the most powerful handgun on the planet. I was like, why the fuck would I not do that? Because I'm a fucking idiot. So I put on layaway, but yeah, their layaway was only a month, and anything after that, it's
like interest or something.
Well, they charge you. It was something weird where like it cuts into your deposit. So it's like, yeah, I was like, that fucking sucks. So I had to like bust my ass to come up with the difference. But I had like, my grandma had given me like $200 that was just like sitting in an account somewhere. So I went and got that. And then I used some birthday money. So it was okay.
Dude, they had a fucking micro Roni Glock conversion kit.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I want that so bad. But then this guy I was talking to, he's like, well, if you get it, you got to fill out a Form 1 because it's technically an SBR. I was like, I don't know if I really want to deal with that shit. And it wasn't like that cheap of a price. But I'm like, damn, that's pretty tempting. You know what that is, right?
I don't think so.
Let me show you. It's a little frame that goes over your Glock.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, it basically turns it into like
wow, that guy's
like
brave.
Yeah, fucking flashed himself. Oh, dude, it looks so cool. I was like, damn, that looks pretty
They're not that expensive either.
Hi everybody. Today
dude, when I've seen them, they're like $600 at price
Really?
stores.
I think I've seen
They might be
them,
like really
around,
high
like,
end versions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted like $250.
But I was looking at the M&P Shield Plus. I've really liked that one, and it's a Smith & Wesson. So,
Yeah.
do you have one? I thought you did.
Who, me?
Yeah, Shield. No?
Yeah, MMP Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That gun's nice, but the texture tears my like clothing and my stomach up.
Oh, does it?
It's like sandpaper, which is obviously good, like if you're fucking in a situation. But
I buy yours. You don't like that?
no, I love the gun. I'm just saying, like the texture isn't like my favorite. If I sell a gun, I'll give you first dibs. But
yeah, because my Glock, it's fucking huge. It's not the biggest one they make, but it's.
What's yours?
There.
The 17 or the 34?
No, I have the 22. So it's like.
Is it the fucking clown gun? The motherfucker's like this long.
No.
It's that one. It's like I think it's 17 extra long. It's like
yeah,
the Joker,
those are actually kind of cool.
From...
Yeah, exactly. But it's a semi-automatic. Yeah, it's so fucking goofy looking. But yeah, no, it's just have you ever seen my Glock? I don't think you have.
I've seen it. Yeah, not in person, but I've seen it. No, you did bring it once. I don't think you shot it though, or you only shot a couple. When we went to Comfort gun range, the indoor one.
Maybe. Yeah, it's just big. Because it's it was my dad's police gun, so like they don't have to worry about concealed carry or anything, right? Because they just wear it on their hip, so it's like a full size 40 caliber. It's big, but I want something that's smaller that I don't have to like really even think about having it, so that's why I was looking at the Shield Plus, but then I was looking at the one you just pulled up, the C9 whatever,
the CR920.
Yeah, but I was like, fuck, it's so expensive. But so I was just thinking, Shield Plus is what? Are they like $450 or something?
Yeah.
And I like Smith & Wesson products, so I was actually thinking about taking my Taurus in and trading it for another Smith & Wesson.
Like a 9mm or like a big gun?
No, like another 357. Because retail, it's like $600, but obviously it's used, so I wouldn't get 600, but I could put it, whatever they give me, put it towards another Smith & Wesson. Because
see you later, Jay.
Sometimes the Taurus kind of binds up,
the night.
and it's really annoying. I haven't had that problem with my 44, but I every once in a while the 357 bites up. So I'm like, I'd rather just get a fucking like a Smith & Wesson where I don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. DJ says I'm buying a Helion rifle soon. It's the only uncucked rifle you can get here in Illinois. There you go,
Nice.
bro.
Dude,
So
I saw these.
shop...
Oh, I think I could send it to you. Hold on. Do I have it on my YouTube? It's like a conversion kit for a rifle, but it turns it into a DL44, a Han Solo blaster. It looks so cool. There you go, watch it. It should be here. Shorts. What? Okay. Or was it on my computer? Maybe it was on my phone. Wow, everyone got so quiet. I was like, did I X out of the
Oh, I thought you were looking up something or something.
I am. I'm sorry. Shorts. I don't fucking know. I like that video. Oh. I can't find it. Was it a video? I could have sworn it was a short.
What the fuck are you trying to find?
It's just a video of this cool gun this guy converted into Han Solo's blaster. But it was like an AR, but modified to 22 long rifle. But it looked like Han Solo's gun. It was fucking sweet.
Steven Percha in the Patreon chat got the Scorched Xeno already. It looks fucking sick. Made me jealous. Anyways, I think we've touched them all tonight. Just about.
I think we have.
I think we've touched them all. Anyways, thanks everyone for indulging me with my heartfelt story. I love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode. I love you guys.
Bye.